Mammon. Sacrificing our kids to mammon. And walking around like we're so moral. It's bull. We're killers, mass killers, all of us.
Suddenly the Earth's got a lot of big problems, a lot of pollution, a lot of poisons in the atmosphere. Scared to eat the food, scared to drink the water. Oh, don't be scared, it's urban dread. Here, have some Prozac. Suppression of reality, reports and non-reports. Is it clear ice in the Arctic or is it iced over? Is Greenland getting thinner or not? One big pollution, the car.
That ain't the worst of it. You just began to hear the unbearable burden. This is driving us to death, and it's driving the world to poverty, and it's fueling the human genocide project. You're a slave of the beast, slave of the beast. Each one of you drivers has a Frankenstein monster that's eating you up, killing you, and killing all the people around you every time you start it up. You are being poisoned. You are being lied to. Shout it from the street corners downtown. We replaced the stars in the sky and the moon and the sun with the arse end of dinosaurs that lived 100 million years ago. But it ain't just Bush's and Rockefeller's arse up in the sky, it's yours. When you start up your car in the morning, when you pack up your equipment and start up your car to go home, you are part of turning the creation into the arse end of a worm. Who wants to watch the kids get bombed? Who wants to get to see millions of people poisoned? Who wants to see hundreds of millions of people starving? Who wants to be lectured that we're overpopulated because they want more fucking fuel cars? You know, and each fuel car is worth several hundred people that gotta die. So some billionaire, bloated billionaire, who's a cretin, a motor cretin, can drive his big fucking limousine. Oh, you're hungry. The car's hungry and you're hungry. So you go into the McDonald's and you spend $2 or $3 on a McDonald's to refuel. You're paying over 10, 20 times as much for the car as you are for yourself. The motor car out there today is probably less efficient than the one in 1925, the first mass-produced Model T. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare, and it's the end of the world if it keeps going. So fuelless cars are not an option. They're an obligation. This is a crusade, I'm calling. This is a jihad. Over the past couple of years, I've designed and built in small studios and apartments a few vehicles that were pollutionless, fuelless, and some, one or two, that even produced or could produce as they went instead of consume. The whole thing is recycled. We're using surplus, women's bicycles or old mountain bikes, and wheels from the street. That's recycled. So it's very simple. There's two poles, the magnetic drive and the solar cells. The solar cells are computer chips, and this is computer high drive magnets. 1, 2, 3 batteries. There's only one other thing besides the switch in the terminals here that allow you to plug in clothes if you're wearing solar clothes, and that's a capacitor here. Capacitor stores up some energy, this blue thing in the blue box here. It stores up some energy when you turn it on, so that when you take off, it surrenders all its energy. So it's a sort of power assist. This is for artists. There's nothing patentable. It costs a few $100. It costs less than a new bicycle. Oh yeah, hemp oil cars, right? We'll raise all our marijuana, smoke the best part, and we'll use the leaves and seeds, squeeze them. But it's too time consuming, so we use pizza oil. And now you're going to like burn up the vegetation when there's like 500 million starving kids in the world? Hey, get a soul, get a conscience. All the radiation gets dumped in the river. Oh, don't tell anybody about it in the city downriver. They're dying like flies, deformed children and so on. Oh, keep it quiet. Don't concentrate on the negative things about nuclear power. We've cleaned up our act now. There's a bunch of anarchists out there in the street, you know yourself, right, who are angry at the world, who went to reform school, got bicycle chains, or maybe not. Maybe they're well-behaved middle class, but pissed off as hell. And maybe they're making bombs and blowing up this and that and tearing down fields and whatnot. I'm talking about the positive wing. Build, construct, build a new world. Fuelless vehicles, ride them. Defy the cops. If the cops come, they're negative. You see what I mean? You're positive. I'm not recommending radical assassination by the heavy green anarchists yet, or ever. But you know what I mean? Get heavy with these guys, especially the fat professors from McGill. You're in a battle for your life anyway. Jeff, listen. But when you're in a battle building a fuelless vehicle, you're fighting back.